my success story that I wrote about my first grade class at Wright Charter. I began working for CalServes in August 2011, and to put it simply, had no idea what I was getting myself into. I was chosen to be a mentor for the first grade class and was beyond excited for what was to come. I remember walking to the first grade room being taken back by the rowdy group of adorable 6-year-olds who were telling us all the wrong names to trick us. As the weeks progressed, I began to really get to know each of my kids, their personalities, interests, when they were lying, and how to get through to them. Despite the occasional outburst, the do your homework battle, and other chaos, I began to love them more and more. I remember being stressed about school, homework, and the daily trials and tribulations of the first grade, and having a friend ask me why I don't just quit my job. Surely school comes first, and I should remember that. I remember being absolutely offended by her question. How could I ever just leave them? The relationships we built, the energy invested, and the complete and genuine happiness they managed to give me day in and day out meant more to me than anything else, even my schooling. What makes me most proud about my year at CalServes is that I feel like the feelings about my first grades were mutual. I feel that they felt comfort and security in knowing that they could come to me or my partner for anything. The foundation of our mentor-student relationship was built upon trust, respect, and love, which not only helped us to work together, but also individually. Oftentimes it's evident that the mentor is there for the child, but I think they have helped me as much as I've helped them. The children and this entire program have transformed me for the better. They've reminded me the importance of sensitivity and compassion, appreciating and enjoying the little things, and that anyone can make an everlasting difference, whether it be a child or a mentor. I've realized there is no better reward than being with children who are happy and knowing you are a part of it.
Hello. So if you don't know, I'm Melissa Moore. I'm the supervisor here at R.L. Stevens. The kids know me as one of the 2 principals at school. However, there's definitely a principal job that I do not envy, and that is our principal over here, Mrs. Lauren Pulla-Horde. She is just finishing up her 2nd year as our principal at the school, and she's been a fantastic supporter of our program, always asking great questions, checking in, seeing what we're doing, really selling us to everyone at the school site. So she'd like to come up here and say a few words, so please give her a warm welcome.
Good afternoon, everyone. This was our last day of school, so we're just kind of, I'm a little shell-shocked here, just trying to get myself together, but I do want to come and talk to you guys today. The CalServes program here is absolutely fantastic. R.L. Stevens would not be the school that it is without all of the help that Melissa and her crew give us every year, and I feel really lucky to be the principal here, and CalServes is a big part of what we do. I made a list, and this is not even half of what CalServes helps us with, but a couple of highlights from this year. Family Lit Night, which they helped with this year and last year. Margot Addison, our Title I reading teacher, puts that on each year, and we get lots of volunteers that come and help run the different centers for that event. This year, CalServes put on our math night, Family Math Night. We would not have had one if it wasn't for you guys, and we really, really appreciate that. It was really well attended. Kids had a great time. We also had a Make a Difference Day, which was really neat. It was in October? Yeah. We had a giant pile of mulch delivered, and Tyler and a crew came on a Saturday and helped spread out literally in every planting area in the school. And it was like an instant mini makeover. When we came back on Monday, the place just looked so fresh and cleaned up. It made a huge difference. Also, speaking of growing things in mulch, and Tyler and the crew has worked a lot in the garden this year, and our garden had gotten pretty natty, and just some extra attention to it. It really looks great. The watering system was not working. I think it is now.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Again, it's something that the staff uses, but we don't have the time to go out and maintain that, and it wouldn't happen. 2 years ago, it was full of weeds. We worked on it a little bit last year, but this year it really had come into its own. CalServes volunteers help with a lot of our other events. They've provided childcare for the concerts, which makes a huge difference. Last year, one of our first concerts, we had a lot of kids, which we love when families bring children, but it becomes so loud that sometimes they can't really hear the performance. So we came up with the idea of trying to do a daycare or a childcare during the concert, and CalServes volunteers have helped with that. They've also helped kind of monitor the participants at concerts that are waiting their turn to get on stage, to keep them quiet and focused and ready. They helped with our back-to-school barbecue, which is huge, and it's a great welcome event. But again, we just don't have the manpower to do this. Our sixth grade pasta dinner, which is a wonderful event, like a coming out party for our sixth graders. And many of our counselors volunteers have helped repeatedly serving pasta and brownies and helping our servers serve the many guests that come. And the field trips. I don't even know what to say. This year, counselors has taken our kids on so many field trips that there is no way we would be able to provide otherwise. It's just a fabulous, fabulous experience. I was getting all these requests after request after request for field trip, and it's like, I'll gladly sign them and send them on because we're lucky if some of our classes can go on one trip a year, and many of our counselor students went on 5, 6, 7 field trips, including the ones for counselors. So we really appreciate that. And then of course, the number one thing is just the academic enrichment, really supporting our academic programs. R.L. Stevens has really great test scores, but we would not have them without the help of all of you guys. You work really closely with Margot, our Title I reading specialist, and the individual tutoring, the after-school program, the homework support. It's just invaluable. So we are really, really grateful to all of you guys and greatly indebted. And it's been great working with Melissa. We have monthly meetings and catch up and get things coordinated, so we're looking forward to doing that again next year. But really, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for everything you guys do. I know this is being replicated at other schools as well, and we just feel so, so lucky to have you all here. So thank you very much.
So, is this right? I'm a big fan of volunteering. I have since I was in my 20s, and that was a long time ago. And this past summer, I had just returned from Peace Corps Ukraine, where I'd been for a little over 2 years and had some other adventures. And I was feeling really, really lost when I got back to Sonoma County, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I kept thinking I wanted to move away. I wanted some more adventures. And a friend and I went to the Heirloom Tomato Festival at the end of summer, and it was just like a dead zone. There was nobody there. And we're walking along, and we hear this little voice go, "Excuse me, would you like to volunteer?" It was so cute, and I turned around and said, "I would." And I didn't really know what I was getting into, but it sounded like fun. And while I was in Ukraine, I'd spent a lot of time with kids. And so I signed on at Bellevue for 2 days a week. And my original goal was I was actually going to leave the area in January. And then some friends pointed out some problems with my logistics, so I said, well, I'll stay till April. And then I thought, well, if I stay till April, I might as well stay and finish out the school year, because by then I was getting very attached to the children and to Miss Franco and Miss Dixon, who I work with every day in the classroom, are awesome. And so I stayed till June. Well, not quite June, but anyway, in the course of all of this, I realized that I didn't want to leave Sonoma County. And so I got this great gift of really finding my home again and being back here. And I'll definitely be back next year to volunteer again. It's just truly been, I don't know, one of the sweetest, most richly rewarding, fun things I've done in, I don't know how long. It kind of eclipses even Peace Corps, because I can go home at night. So I just want to thank everybody. I met so many great young people in Peace Corps, and I used to think, oh, there's so much hope for America with these kids. And then I see all you guys, and I go, yeah, there really is hope, and you all really do make a difference. So thanks, and thank you for having me here.
Hi, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm Lindsey. I'm the literacy specialist at Wright Charter. What drew me to CalServes? Well, I'm from Connecticut, and I've lived there my whole life. Even though it's a riveting state, not really, not at all actually. I wanted to move as far away as possible, and I wanted to work for an AmeriCorps program with kids before I went away to graduate school. I had worked with adults at a mental health hospital during my internship while I was pursuing my undergraduate degree in psychology. So next I wanted to work with kids. When I got accepted to the CalServes program, I researched it extensively. So extensively that I thought I was moving to LA. I told my family and my friends, and I even bought a plane ticket there. And people to this day still ask me, how is LA? Which I then tell them, no, I am not surrounded by surfers and celebrities. I work on a farm and it smells like cows. learned I was moving to Santa Rosa, I bought my second plane ticket, which would land me here. And as unprepared as I was to move here, I was equally unprepared about how this program would affect me. I had no idea what my job included when I accepted the position, but it has far exceeded my expectations. I got the privilege of tutoring 11 grade students, grades K through 5, and helped them move up a total of 73 reading levels total. As I created positive, open relationships with them, I saw them grow into more confident and outgoing students. One particular first grader, Julie, started tutoring struggling to read level 1 books and was incredibly shy. She finished tutoring as a confident level 20 reader with a vibrant personality. As much as I've helped these students, they have helped me even more. They have taught me how much one person can truly affect others, how holding the hand of my first tutee at 8 a.m. can brighten my day, and how my quirky first grader Cody can melt my heart by saying, "I want to stay with you forever." I have also had the pleasure of working with such a vibrant, passionate team at Wright. I have learned the importance of supporting each other for a greater goal of serving the community, and it feels like a big family between us and our kids. This year has been busy, emotional, and stressful, but it's also been amazing, touching, and filled with love. I also discovered the city that I love, San Francisco, where I'll be moving in August to actually live with another former counselor's mentor. I will take each of the relationships I have made this year, both with students and staff, when I move to my new city, and never forget them. I now feel a passion to continue helping kids as I pursue my doctoral degree in psychology. As I stuck my head in the garbage each day to sort through recycling, I always pulled my head out knowing I was making a difference in many ways. And as I leave this year feeling like I constantly have yogurt and applesauce from Super Snacks stuck on my arms, I will still forever thank CalServes AmeriCorps for giving me a great opportunity and experience.
All right, well, we've heard from some amazing service stars, but we're about to give some awards to some other service stars. We have, I'm going to start with our special guest and then ask him to come up and say a few words, and then we've got a few more awards even after that. So, I mentioned we have some service stars in the building. You all are among them. We also have a wonderful guest. He is Sonoma County Supervisor Efren Carrillo. And he's an amazing supporter, long-standing supporter of this program. He comes from the community that our kids are living in, and he just gets it. He gets how special these kids are, how important this work is, and he makes time to support us every chance that he gets. Every time we ask, he's right there. Just a wonderful person, a champion of education and service, and a champion of CalServes. We appreciate all that he's done. So I'm going to call him up here and give him a big whooping round of applause. Supervisor Efren Carrillo. We actually have a service star for you. Lovely award from CalServes, the 2012 Service Star Award.
Buenas tardes. Any Spanish speakers here? Simón, ¿verdad? Okay, I heard that. Well, good afternoon. Efren Carrillo is my name. I'm Sonoma County Supervisor. I actually have the privilege of representing this district and all the way out to the coast. First and foremost, I'm humbled for the recognition this afternoon. And if you would just maybe allow me to speak to the importance of what it is you guys do each and every day. But before that, maybe just share a little bit about who I am and where I come from, since I think many of you don't know who I am. I actually come from very humble beginnings. My parents came to this country in the late 70s as immigrants. My father had a 5th grade education from Mexico, and my mother had a 6th grade education from Mexico. And they came here with the idea that their kids would someday graduate from high school, very similar like they hadn't, and would someday go to college. We first moved to the Roseland area. In fact, if you guys are familiar with, anyone here from Roseland School? Any Roseland School here? So I grew up on Sunset Avenue, right behind Roseland. And in 1991, my family had a blessing come to us. In 91, our family was selected by an organization called Habitat for Humanity to live in the first home built by Habitat in this county. So we moved from Roseland over to the West 9th neighborhood, where I finished at Lincoln, finished at Santa Rosa Middle and Santa Rosa High School. I was the first in my family to go on to college, having studied environmental economics and policy. And now I have an opportunity to represent an area that I think has a significant amount of potential, a significant amount of energy and enthusiasm. If I can maybe speak to what it is that CalServes represents to me, you know, I think I recognize the values that you show, whether it's the passion, whether it's the potential, or whether it's the power. You guys are serving far more beyond what you think you're doing with these kids. I have an opportunity every Monday to stop in at Rosen Elementary School and work with a first grader as part of the Schools of Hope program to really close the achievement gap when it comes to literacy. I don't know if you guys have seen the figures here in this county, but when we look at literacy, when you look at high school graduation, and you look at the fact that my county budget, we spend upwards of 55% on criminal justice. And yet we recognize that if these kids have an opportunity of schooling, an opportunity of after-school programs, an opportunity of good mentorship, an opportunity of literacy, an opportunity to graduate from high school, an opportunity to give back to their communities, we can save money downstream. So I'm here to simply say thank you to this program here today, not only for what you do with the kids individually, what you bring to those parents and those families, but what you bring to the schools and what you bring to our communities, because you're not only strengthening the kids' character or building sustainable childhood, you're strengthening our communities, you're strengthening our neighborhoods. And that's why, Julie, I've been really passionate about what you guys do here and what you provide, not only in the schools in which you're working with, but ensuring that you're providing that foundation of success for our kids. A lot of them come from low-income backgrounds. Some of them are English language learners. And yet I think when you talk to them and when you visit with them, they all have dreams. They have dreams to be successful. They have dreams to be involved in our communities. They have dreams to be like you guys. I'm going to repeat that. Our kids, the kids that you guys work with, have dreams to be like you. Successful, committed, passionate, have that energy, have that power, have that ability to make change in our community. So, yes, I'm being presented with an award, Julie, but I'm really accepting this on behalf of you guys that really make a difference each and every day in the lives of those kids and the life of our communities. So I'm just proud to be merely associated with what CalServes does in representing this district and serving on the Board of Supervisors. So quite frankly, congratulations to you guys, and good luck in your future endeavors too.